Hello, how you doing? Welcome. Say hi. Jeez, get down. She's climbing behind my computer and taking stuff off the desk. Peanut, what are you doing? Can you hear me? How are we doing today? Happy Tuesday. Or Wednesday if you're in New Zealand or Australia. Okay, Peanut, settle down. We'll stop that. All right, sorry. Welcome to today's live stream. It is Tuesday. It's 2 o'clock here in Nova Scotia, Canada. As you can see from outside, it is a little bit overcast, but the waves aren't too big. But the water's still a little too cold to go swimming. I don't know who would go swimming this time of year. Gonna wait for it to warm up a little bit before I get out there. So what are we gonna do today? So I'm here for 2 hours. We'll say 2 hours. If I end up staying longer, I stay longer, but I'm going to be here for at least 2 hours. I will answer any questions that you have, live Q&A day. So if you got a question about starting a YouTube channel, or if you got a question about your existing channel, question about how to make a video, how to edit, anything at all, a question about where did the snow go and when are we going to get snow again? Whatever you want, let me know. Put 3 Qs in the... I didn't even ask if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? It looks like you can. So I think we'll go with yes. But some of you may remember the time that I spoke for, what was it, like 12 minutes? It was something long without the audio working. Anyways, I think it's on. Looks like it's working. There's yes. Thank you, Frank. There we go. Scott, I just saw the first question. I was just going to say, if you have a question that you want to make it easier for me to see it, put QQQ in front of it or at the end of it. I can search for 3 Qs and pull up the questions that way. Other than that, I'll try to look at the chat and see if I see anything and answer it right away. So Scott just said, how you doing, Scott? And hello, everybody, by the way. If you want to let me know where you're watching from, I always love seeing that. That's cool. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from. And if you're new, I'd love to hear from you as well, if you're new here. Scott says, let me pop it up on screen here. Do you have any new thoughts about the lawsuit now that your video has been out a bit? Great question. Do I have any thoughts? I've got lots of thoughts. I've got lots of thoughts on this, and so do you guys. So if you're not sure what Scott's talking about here, I put out a video yesterday that talked about the lawsuit that I guess a verdict came down last week and found YouTube and Facebook liable in a case where a young woman sued them for, I'm going to get this wrong, but my understanding is her addiction to their platforms. Okay, and the courts found that, yeah, that's got merit, and they awarded her $6 million from YouTube and Facebook. Mostly from Facebook, I think 2/3 or so from Facebook, and 1/3 of it from YouTube. So that is huge news because that kind of sets a precedent, right? Like that's kind of how this works. Like if one case, goes a certain way, then everybody else might think, oh my Lord, if she won that case, then I can sue too, right? And all kinds of people may sue, not just Facebook and YouTube, but any social media platform. And some can argue that other platforms are even more addictive than YouTube and Facebook. Examples given were TikTok, Instagram. As far as YouTube goes, people will say that YouTube Shorts are more addictive than long-form videos. So open up a whole kettle of fish. I put a poll on my channel, which I'm going to share with you now. If I look it up here and find it. No, it's not there, Rob. Silly. You go here. Yeah, and give me 1 second and I'll bring it up so you guys can see it. Where'd it go? Okay, here we go. Pull it down here. And share the screen. Here. So let's just go right here. So I've been reading through the comments. So here's the question. Is social media addiction the platform's responsibility or ours? Vote below. Okay, so the choices I gave were the responsibility is mostly the platforms, or mostly the individual, mostly the parents, or government should step in. So there's the results so far. 45% lay the blame on the individual, 25% parents, 24% platforms, so essentially a tie, and not many for the government. So individual. Yeah, I just find it very interesting, and so like I didn't make that video to kind of share what I think. It was more, I wanted to hear what you guys think, what you think. Like, and I think it's actually the main reason I posted it wasn't really to kind of assign blame anywhere. It was more directed to you and I as content creators, as something I think we need to be aware of and just keep a watch on, because this could potentially change the way YouTube works. And now I'm just dialing in on YouTube because that's the platform I use. That's what we're using right now to do this live stream. And that's the platform I know the best. Like, again, one could argue that other platforms perhaps are more of a problem than YouTube, but YouTube just got found, or was just found, I don't know what the right term is, liable, I guess. Not guilty, but liable. I mean, they have to pay a certain amount of money. Now, Facebook and YouTube are going to appeal. They've both said they're going to appeal this, and it'll be interesting to see where that goes, because if this stands, then potentially there could be a lot more people bring lawsuits forward, and not just against YouTube and Facebook, but maybe TikTok, Instagram. Instagram and Facebook both are owned by the same company, Meta. So who knows where it's going to go? All I know is the potential is there for this to cost these companies a ton of money. And if that's the case, these companies may have to change the way they do business. And if they have to change the way they do business, let's talk about YouTube again. We use YouTube as a platform to host our videos and, in a lot of cases, to run our businesses. And if the way it works changes, the way we make videos may have to change. The way we make thumbnails, the way we title our videos, like the way we try to get found by the audience we're trying to reach, that might all change. Maybe there will be more choice by the viewer. Like, who knows? Who knows? Like, I don't know. And I'm not going to predict. I have no idea. But I'm interested to hear what you guys all think, and I am suggesting that I think you all should pay attention to this if you want to be creators, because things may change. So yeah, I don't know if that's new thoughts, Scott, but I was not surprised. I guess it was interesting that in the comments, how many people started, saying this person should be blamed, this person. And there's a big focus on parents, right? Where are the parents? Like, why blame the company? Like, it's the parents' responsibility to set guardrails in place so that their kids don't spend so much time on YouTube. Well, it's not just a kid's problem either. Like, one could argue that you and I have a problem because we're on YouTube right now, right? Like, plenty of adults, I think, have this issue as well. Scrolling through shorts, reels, spending hours and hours on YouTube rather than going outside. So, you know what I mean? I don't think it's just a kid's issue. I think it's a society issue, and who knows where it's going to go. So that's really all I have to say. Like, I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say about this. Let's see now. There's a question I just see there. Did you, Rob, did you have a channel before this channel? No, this is my first ever YouTube channel. Wait, now, just let me think. I mean, I've tried a couple things here and there over the years, but no, this was my first channel. Now, when you get a YouTube account, you get a channel, but I've never really used the channel attached to my actual name. Like, I created this channel, but this is the first channel I've created and uploaded videos to, yes. All right, let's see what else we got here. So OC Dobbins is here, CL is here, and Catherine. Hello, Catherine, from Wednesday. Yeah, Frank is here. How you doing, Frank? And Scott, of course, is here. And Mike, hello, Mike. All right, let's keep going here, looking for some questions. I'm definitely addicted to YouTube, Mike says. Yeah, I think I might be too, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, am I addicted to YouTube? I wouldn't say no, addicted. I mean, it's what I do, and I spend a lot of time on it because it's part of my work, part of my livelihood. But like if I've got some downtime, I don't always go to YouTube. I will if I want to, but I spend a lot of time outside. I feel like I spend more time outside than a lot of people because I do enjoy going for walks and runs on the trail. I enjoy getting out sailing. Once it starts warming up, I'll do that. But yeah, I mean, it's something to be aware of for sure. All right. Barefoot Lawn is here. Aloha. How you doing? Anaholics is here from the Netherlands. How you doing? Mrs. G, hello. Happy Tuesday. Karen is here. How you doing, Karen? Also from New Zealand. Northern Dirtbag. Sunny Alberta. Sometimes sunny, but always Alberta. Yes, indeed. How you doing? Thanks for joining. And Tacky Yaz is here. Hello. Ocean Breeze. Hello. Conductor Martin. Heineken is recycled beer. Is it? I like Heineken sometimes. Connie is here. How you doing? Hello, Peanut. Yeah, where is Peanut now? Oh, she's back on the chair. She's settled down. She always gets right excited. I think so when I play the countdown music, I hear that here too, right? And I think she knows we're going live. I got to start causing trouble for Rob. I think that's what's going through her mind. All righty. Okay, answered that one there. Here's another question. I hit 900 subs in my motorcycle channel. Way to go. Congrats. I decided to make my first big investment and bought a new motorcycle for $11,000 so I could review it for content and long-term review. Should I have waited? I don't quite understand the question. Should you have waited to buy a motorcycle? I think that would be unrelated. A motorcycle purchase. I mean, if you've got 900 subscribers, are you hoping that your YouTube channel will pay for that motorcycle? If so, you maybe should have waited because I mean, you know, that's a big expense. Yeah, so I don't know. That's a hard one to answer. I think what I would do is I would justify buying the motorcycle. I might tell people, yeah, I bought it because I'm going to be successful on YouTube or whatever, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Like it might take some time, right? But no, I mean, if you wanted a motorbike and you could afford it, go ahead. And making a video reviewing it, I think is a great idea. I mean, there's all kinds of video ideas you could make around a motorcycle for sure. But I think only you can answer if you should have waited or not. Hello, I started a faceless channel and struggle to record myself. Yeah, that's recording yourself can be a struggle. A lot of people struggle with that. You're not alone there for sure. I highly recommend people try to do that because I believe it's easier, much easier actually, to grow a channel with you in it than it is a faceless channel. Just my opinion, and I know there's plenty of faceless channels that do well. I just think if you put yourself in your videos, that's when everything can level up. People can connect with you better. People will get to know you. You'll get people subscribing to you who want to hear what you have to say. I mean, if you think of faceless channels, really anybody can make a faceless channel, right? Anybody could. And with AI, it's getting easier and easier. And you're probably going to see more and more of those types of videos being made because they're so easy to make. And the more popular YouTube gets and the more people think they can do YouTube successfully and make some money at it, the more we'll get into it and probably go to the faceless route, right? And the way I look at that is it gives people like you and I who want to make videos with ourselves in them more of a leg up, right? If you can be real and authentic, I believe that's what most viewers want. And if you want to kind of turn it in on yourself a little bit, try to ask yourself, what channels do you prefer to watch? Do you prefer watching videos where there's a real person talking to you? Or if it's a faceless channel and you don't see anybody, but maybe you hear them, but it's faceless? Answer that question honestly, and that might help in deciding what direction to go. For me, I like watching real people. I don't so much like the faceless channels. Again, there's a place for them, and some are successful, but it's not my thing. So, but good luck to you, whatever you decide to do. Question from Ocean Breeze. I have seen a deluge of fast food ads on YouTube. Do you think that might be related to the suit that was lost? I don't see how it would be, but that's interesting that you say that. A lot of fast food ads. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe YouTube knows that's what you maybe. Do you like fast food? Because YouTube generally, I think, tries to serve you ads that they think you want or would be interested in, right? So, yeah, I can't really comment on what. If things have skewed one way or another with ads. I don't actually see ads myself because I have YouTube Premium. I pay so that I don't get ads because I spend so much time on YouTube. But yeah, no, I don't think that would be related. Keith is from the English Midlands. Welcome. Dorothy from Dallas. Welcome, Dorothy. Maddie has a question, maybe a silly question. No, there's no such thing as a silly question. But how do you add a link towards the end of the video for people to click on the next video, showing the clip of the next video? Thank you. Okay, so that would be, I will show you. Let me pull it up here. And let me share my screen. Okay, so here we are in my YouTube studio. All right, so how do you add a link at the end? All you do, let me go to content. And this is the last video I posted. Let me just go into details. This is the page you see when you upload a video, okay? But you can always go back in there to make changes after you've uploaded the video. All right. So what you're going to do is okay, your title is up here, and then you've got your description. Let's just scroll down here, and over on the right side here, you'll see something called end screen. Okay, click on that. That'll take you to the end. And this is where you can choose to have this video pop up. Okay, you can put a video in here. You can put a playlist in there if you want. There's several different things you could put in there: video, playlist, subscribe button, a channel, or a link. Okay, subscribe button is grayed out because I already have that here. There's my subscribe button or subscribe avatar, and I have a video here, and I've chosen the video to be best for viewer. I could instead choose it to be my most recent upload, or I could choose a specific video from my channel or from another channel if I want, but I don't typically do that. I typically just go best for viewer, and I just put it in the hands of YouTube and say, YouTube, you do your best. And what YouTube will do is what the video that they put there, or the thumbnail of the video that they put there, will be what they think you as the viewer want to see next. Okay, they try to serve you something that would be more applicable to what your viewing habits are. Now, I'm telling it to choose a video from my channel though, right? So best for viewer. So that's what I do. All right, and then down here, you can choose when you want that to start up. So this is like a mini editor. Okay, so I can click and move this line here, and you can press play to listen to it.
Is Facebook O's?
Okay, so notice how those two blocks, this and this, showed up once the playhead got here. That's because these represent those two blocks in the timeline. And you can change where they start. I think it's, what is that, 20 seconds? I think you can have them show up 20 seconds before the end of your video, no sooner. But if you don't want them to show up until maybe the last 5 seconds, you can click this and drag it down here. There, and same with the subscribe button. I'm going to click and drag it down here. Now they won't show up until closer to the end of the video.
Right? There's more coming. All right.
Okay, but I'm just going to discard these changes, and it'll go back. It'll revert back to the way I had it. Okay, but that's where you do it. Whenever you make changes in there, if you go back in and do it later, always make sure to come back up to the top and click this save button. Now, it's grayed out for me right now because I didn't actually make a change, but had I made a change, that save button would highlight. Like, let's say let's say I want to, I don't know, just make a change in my description. Just backspace. I just deleted a period, and that save button is now available for me to click. I'm going to put the period back in. Now, since it's the same as it was, I don't have to save it. Okay? So there you go. I hope that helped. That's how you do it. Alrighty. Hello, Rebounding with Cheryl. How you doing, Cheryl? Good to see you. Greetings from Vancouver, cherished doll friends. Hello. In which country was the court? Anaholics. So I believe it was the U.S. and I think it was in California. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was in Los Angeles, actually, an L.A. court with the suit against Meta and YouTube. So yeah, that matters too. Obviously, that matters too where it happens. Hello from upstate New York and sunny Florida. And is YouTube really social media? I don't think so. That's a good question. I mean, it started out as just a place to host videos, a video hosting platform. And, you know, I guess it depends on how you use it, right? How you use YouTube. If you use it to post videos and that's all you really ever do, it's not really social media. If you use it to watch videos and that's all you ever do and you don't even ever comment or anything, you're not using it like social media. But, you know, if you're showing up to live streams like this, this is kind of a social interaction, right? This is a social media aspect of YouTube. Or if you always comment on a certain creator's videos, and if they comment back and so on, you know, conversations going, there's a social aspect to that. And also the community forums or the community posts section of YouTube. That's a bit of a social aspect as well. So it really depends on how you use it. But yeah, it's obviously different than, say, Facebook, which was, I mean, that is all social, really. It's connecting with people. That's kind of how it started. And then, I mean, they're all different, right? Instagram started as a way to share photos, and now it's videos, and now they do Reels, and they started doing that to compete with TikTok, which started out as Reels, I guess, or not Reels, but TikToks. The endless scrolling, right? And that, I think, is what a lot of people, a lot of younger people especially, but not only younger people, do get addicted to, and they just don't know how to stop. And I'll admit sometimes I find myself, you know, scrolling through these things, and next thing I know, half an hour's gone, right? And I usually feel bad. I was like, oh crap, I just wasted a half hour doing that. Like, why? Right? So I try to recognize that. But, you know, I mean, it comes down to personalities then, doesn't it? Like, who has control? Like, some people have more control over things like that than others. Some people are more susceptible to becoming addicted to things than others, right? So some people think we need guardrails in place, i.e. laws, and others think parents should be doing a better job. Others think it should be handled in schools. And others think people shouldn't, you know, companies shouldn't have designed the platforms the way they are and make them so addictive, right? The tobacco parallel is interesting. So what I mean by that is back in the 90s, like before the 90s, like the 80s and earlier, if you looked at a pack of cigarettes, it would, you know, be an ad for the company who made them, right? Nowadays, there's huge warnings on those packages. It used to be that cigarette companies would advertise on TV, right? Not anymore. And in that last video I made reference to the show Mad Men, which is a show I loved. Actually, I loved that show. I watched it, I don't know, 10 years ago or whatever. But that was set in the 60s, the early 60s, I think, at an advertising agency where I think one of their clients was Marlboro, maybe, like a cigarette company, and they were talking about how to advertise in magazines and stuff like that. And it was just, back then, it was more accepted. And today, it's not. But one could argue, and people have argued in the comments section, that it's different because in that case, they were purposely misleading people, saying it's not bad for you, right? Whereas in fact, it has been proven to be bad for you, right? So, but you know, who knows? So there's parallels, right? Like, does Meta and YouTube know that kids spending hours and hours on their platforms is bad for them? I don't know how they can't, but anyways, it's an argument, right? And we're going to see how it plays out. And it'll be interesting to follow. Alrighty. Here's a question. Can I have a YouTube channel without an email address? I don't use email. The answer is no. You need an email address. You need, I believe you need a Gmail account. They're free. You don't have to use it, but YouTube will need a way to contact you if they need to get a hold of you or to send you messages, right? So you do need an email address for that. So yeah, you can sign up for a free Gmail account. You can use it as much or as little as you want. You don't have to download an email program anymore like you used to have an Outlook or something like that on your computer to get your email, but you could just log into Gmail and get your email that way. But you do need an email account to have a YouTube channel, yes. All right. Okay, answered that one already. Go the judge who had the guts to find them guilty. Yes, interesting. Yes. And actually, that I don't know. Was it a judge or was it a jury? I thought it was a jury, but I don't know. I just see on the current chat, Anaholic says, "Is email social media?" We're getting. I don't know. Is it? Might be for some people. I suppose it is. I don't think that's what they're referring to, though. I no longer watch TV. You know what? A lot of people have gone that way and don't. Well, when I say don't watch TV, sorry. What I was referring to is a lot of people don't subscribe to like cable TV anymore, and they just use things like YouTube or Netflix or things that they can watch on a computer, which now you can also watch on a TV through an app. They go that way. But yeah, I mean, I think we'd be hard pressed to find people who don't watch anything on a screen, right? Call it TV, call it computer, call it your phone, right? There's screens everywhere. We can't get away from screens. Somebody had a really interesting comment on my last video. I forget who it was, and I forget the entire comment, but in it, I think it was a she, suggested that back in the 80s, people playing outside and we didn't have all these screens, right? There was TV, and some people were concerned with all the time the younger generation were spending watching TV, watching this box. Like they're spending 3 hours a day on this box, right? Well, now, I mean, some kids are spending upwards of 12 hours or more a day looking at a screen. Might not be a TV box, could be their phone, usually their phone, right? So it's probably gotten worse, but just imagine. And we only had maybe 3 channels back then too in the early 80s. Not everybody, depends where you were and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to think of the parallels and what we thought was a nuisance back then, and now we look back at that time as, wow, that was kind of a cool time. And now things are so different. But who's to say in 30, 40 years from now, people won't look back to the 2020s and think, oh wow, that was so cool. Right? Wasn't it so cool when we all just had social media and blah 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 and whatever they have 30 years from now? I don't know. Anyways, it's interesting. Mark says, thanks for sharing all the great knowledge. It's very helpful. Any advice on good thumbnails? So my advice for thumbnails, I mean, I like to keep them simple. My advice would be whatever text you put on your thumbnail should complement whatever text you have in your title. Okay? You can't think of your thumbnail in isolation. You should think about your thumbnail together with your title as a package. That the two of them together is the package. That's how you're packaging your video. And that's what you're displaying on your storefront for people to decide if they want to buy it or not. Basically, right? All people are going to see are, whatever you decide to put as your thumbnail, with whatever text on your thumbnail, if you decide to put text on it, and the title. That's all they get to see. That is, and I often say this, but that's the promise you as the creator are making to the potential viewer. And if based on that they decide, you know what, I'm interested in that, click, then they get into your video. Now they've done their job. Thumbnail, title job done. Now it's the video, and the video should fulfill the promise you made with your packaging. Okay, so it's kind of like a book. Don't judge a book by its cover. I mean, I guess that could mean your thumbnail and title could be awesome, but inside the video is not very good. Or the reverse. The thumbnail, if you don't have a very good thumbnail, let's say it's just a I don't know, a black square with I don't know, just as simple as possible, just nothing, right? But inside you might have a phenomenal video, but nobody will ever know because your thumbnail and title didn't do their job and nobody clicked on it, right? So think about it that way. A couple other small tips would be, I recommend whatever text you put on your thumbnail, it be different than the text you have in your title, because people are looking at both the things at the same time, and you don't have to repeat the title on the thumbnail. That would be redundant, right? You don't have to do that. Also, consider this, that maybe not most, but a lot of people, when they look at the thumbnail, it might be small. A lot of people might be looking at a thumbnail from their phone, and it could be very small. So therefore, I wouldn't put a lot of text, and I wouldn't put a lot of small text, right? Just a few words, maybe 1, 2, 3, maximum 4 words. That's it, and make it large enough that they can see it on a small screen. So there you go. Other than that, like what I do is I just take a screenshot from within my video and then put a little text on it, and that's all I do. And it takes me usually 5 minutes, unless I can't decide on the text. If I go on back and forth with ChatGPT, probably longer than I should, to try to come up with the perfect text for my thumbnail based on my title, whatever. Sometimes I get caught in that little loop, and but I just have to back away and say, you know what, if I would just settle on the text and do it, it's less than 5 minutes. So that would be my suggestion. Hope that helps. Hey Rob, how you doing? In Orlando, good to see you here. Hello from Finland. Hello, Farmer Marshall. Hello, everybody. Rob here. Do you consume more or create more on YouTube? Oh, okay. I guess that depends on how we measure it. I consume a lot. But I look at it as, well, no, it's not all research, because I get my news usually from YouTube or a couple of news sites, websites as well. So, I mean, I'm in my office here a lot. I probably consume more than I create. No. I was looking at that wrong. I was thinking in terms of, okay, if I create a 5-minute video, but no, to create a 5-minute video, it might take me a couple, 3 hours or more, right? So no, I probably spend more time creating, or at least thinking about creating or coming up with ideas and things like that. I spend more time at that than I do actually consuming. But that brings up a good point. I think we all start out as primarily consumers, and then we have to make that switch to becoming a creator. At some point, if you want to be a creator, you have to stop consuming so much and just create. There's a lot to be said for that. So, good question. Norma from Kansas enjoying the live. Awesome. I am not as addicted to YouTube as on food and drinks, but that does not mean that I have a problem. True. I mean, there's all kinds of things we could be addicted to. Food and drinks is one of them, absolutely. What is the size of your tripod in the background? Do you mean that one there? It's not very big. That's a small one. There's another one. Oh no, you can't see that one. This one is quite small. See, I had it up on the counter. So if I put it down, actually I have this leg a little longer, just so that it would sit. But it's small. Like it'll go even smaller, right? You can make the legs smaller. What's it called? The Manfrotto Element, right there. That's what it is. And it's a nice portable one. You can make it. I'm going to show you how small it can get. These legs fold up like this. So there it is. And it's got my phone on it. So yeah, pretty small, but it'll get big. It'll go up to eye height, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Just to show you how big it can get, I'll open it up. There's 4 adjustments on this leg, and I've had this outside before. I've had it out in the rain before. So it'll stand that high, and then this will go that high. So maybe not quite. Okay, so this comes up to here on me. So maybe not quite eye level, but fairly tall. Okay. There you go. There you go. Today's demonstration. Alrighty. Oh, there's a good question. I used to be addicted to reading books. Do I blame publishers and authors for that? No, I would say probably no. Hey, Stacy. Oh, disappeared. Hey, Stacy, how you doing? From Rhode Island. Good to see you. Question, what's your advice for when the algorithm finally finds your audience and you begin to grow exponentially? Sounds like a good problem to have. How do you avoid the fear that you'll blow it all up with one mistake? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. You got to have fun with it, and maybe not try it, maybe not take it so seriously. I guess I don't know. I don't know if that's valid in your case or not. But if you're concerned that you'll mess up, I mean, I wouldn't be. My approach is that it's okay to try new things, right? It's okay to try new things. Some new things may work and some may not. And when I say new things, I mean like if you make a video that's slightly different than what you've been making, maybe it's on a slightly different topic, but you're still keeping your audience in mind. That's okay to try things like that, because you might find a new direction that your audience wants you to go in. Right? And if you want to go in that direction, then great. But you'll never find out unless you try. So I think trying new things is healthy. It's good. In fact, I'll say I think doing the same thing over and over again all the time is probably not a good thing, because eventually it may stop working. Right? I think we should always be looking for different ways to make videos, or maybe different locations or different styles, maybe different topics, always trying something new. And even with thumbnails, you could try different techniques with your thumbnails, see if something works or not. I look at doing YouTube as one big test. We're testing all the time, because, and I've said this a lot before too, we don't have a rule book or an instruction manual from YouTube as to exactly how to grow a channel. So we're all just trying to do it and seeing what works. And some of us are reporting on what works and what doesn't. But you have to keep in mind, whenever you see a video from me or anybody else that suggests this is what you should do to grow on YouTube, take it with a grain of salt, because what works for one does not necessarily work for all. We're all on our own journey with YouTube. I like to think that when I make a video, it's usually just reporting on what I have done and what has worked for me or what has not worked for me, as opposed to saying this is the way you have to do it this way or you will fail. Like, I don't make videos like that. So anyways, I don't know if I answered your question or not. How do you avoid the fear? Try not to take it so seriously is, I guess, what popped into my mind first. So I'll go with that. Yeah, that was a great excuse to buy a new motorcycle, yes. Yeah, honey, I'm starting a YouTube channel and I'm forced to buy a new bike. It's not my fault. I really don't want to, but yeah, hands were tied. Greetings from Flagstaff, Arizona, 75 years old and about to start a YouTube channel. Awesome. Awesome. Good luck with it and have fun. That's exciting. Uh, Hey Rob, I'm currently the content wall strategy because I'm changing my niche. What are your thoughts on it? I'm not sure what you mean. Content wall. You've hit a wall? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. If you're changing your niche, okay, not knowing the first part of what you mean there, but what I can say is if you want to change your niche, think of your audience, okay? Think, will your existing audience be interested in the new direction you want to go? And if you think they are, then I would test it first, maybe with one video. Just make one video kind of towards the new niche and see how it does. Maybe even explain in the video, you know, I might be making more videos like this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. You could try to engage with your audience that way. But I would test it first. I wouldn't go 100% all in. Just maybe one of your next 3 or 4 videos, do it that way and see what people think. And if it looks like it's getting some good traction, then maybe do 2 of your next 4 instead of 1 of your next 4 the next time. And you know, before you know it, maybe you will have made the switch. But if you don't think your existing audience would be interested, that's when you start thinking about maybe a second channel for your new niche. Okay? That would be my thought. Alrighty. All right, let me look at the current. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's a question. Do you have a list of all the steps that you have to perform post-production, i.e. end screen configuration, etc.? No. I mean, I've talked about it in my videos, but I've got a video on how to upload a video. I might talk about it there, how to upload a video to YouTube. But that's a good point. I mean, that might be a good list to create. But yeah, no, I can't think of one. All right. Here, all right, let me type QQQ and see what we got. Okay, answered some of these. I forgot to mention, and I'm somewhat hesitant to mention it now because I might have kind of shot myself in the foot a little bit, but why not? You know what? Those of you who are here now, perhaps you can benefit from this. But I think what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give some stuff away. All right, you got to be here to win. And I have not announced this. It wasn't in the title. It wasn't in a community post. It wasn't in any video or anything. So you guys are hearing this for the first time. I wrote it down as an idea last night, and I thought, you know what? I haven't done that in a little while. Let's do that. So here's what we're going to do. I've got Nightbot set up. Do I have it set up? I might have to set a keyword. And I mean, nothing big, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away. So I've got some courses that I offer. Right here. I've got some courses that I offer. So the Camera Confidence course and the Over 40 YouTube Starter course. Those two, I'm going to give them away. I'm going to give them away, not to everybody, sorry. Don't get too excited. I'm going to give 10 copies of the mini course away, the Camera Confidence one, and I'm going to draw names between now and the next hour. So periodically, I'm going to draw some names. I'm going to draw 10 winners of that, and I am going to draw, I don't know, let's say 5 winners of the starter course. All right, so let's do that. Now let's figure out how to do this. Let's see. So I've got Nightbot here. I should have, so keyword, yeah, do that, go next, viewers. I should have tested, I mean, I've used this before, I've done this before, but it's been a little while. Okay, there we go. All right, so if I have your attention, oh, and also if you already own one of these and you are a winner, I guess what I can offer, I'm not going to give away cash or anything like that, but you can put the value of it towards a coaching call if you're interested in doing that instead. Okay, so that's the way I will do this. So again, 10 copies of the Camera Confidence course and 5 of the YouTube Starter course in 9 minutes. So at the top of the hour, remind me when we get there because I don't have a timer or anything set up. We'll make the first draw and we'll draw a few winners there. All right. So let's see. I'm just trying to look at this Nightbot. I enter a keyword. Okay, yeah. And then if I click that, okay, that is how it works. So let's go back. Reset. Sorry, that's not working. Giveaway off. There we go. Okay. No, I'm ready. All right. So yeah, in 8 minutes, let me know and we'll get back there and I'll draw some and we'll start from there. Cool. All right. All right. Giving some stuff away. Let's see. Where are we? Here's a question. Do you also get paid for both going live and when it's rewatched? So getting paid. So the way it works, when you have a monetized YouTube channel, you can earn ad revenue if ads are being played on your videos or live streams. Okay. I don't have ads playing on my live streams. I don't monetize my live streams until they're over, because I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want you to have to be interrupted for an ad. So right now during my lives, no, I don't earn anything. But when the live is over, if I can remember, I go in and I turn monetization on for my live stream so that I can earn ad revenue. Because I'm like, if an ad plays, if you're watching it on the replay, then I'm not interrupted. I am paused so you don't miss anything. So in that case, it's okay. And I would earn ad revenue from that. But it's not a ton. I mean, I think it might be 10 or 15 bucks a week. So, I mean, it's not nothing, but it's something. But the thing is with my live streams, they're not videos that could get a lot of views well into the future because I do this every week. So, you know, my live streams will be watched like on the replay, my live streams are watched quite a bit actually on the replay for the next week. Typically for you know, the remainder of today and later. Later today and tomorrow, and then it starts slowing down. But after a week goes by, I don't get a lot more views because then I've gone live again. And then that becomes the live that people are rewatching, the latest one, right? So that's the way it works. The way to make more money through AdSense, through YouTube, would be to have a video that does really, really well and continues to bring in lots of views into the future. Right? And if you get a lot of videos doing that, same thing. They're all like little mini assets, right? So that's the better. The reason I do live streams is more for community building, to be there for you guys. Hopefully you appreciate the answers I give you, and then maybe you'll watch some more videos, and then you tell me what other videos you want me to make, and I make those videos, and then you're commenting more, and we're building a community, and it's all good. And eventually maybe you'll buy a course from me, or I'll become your mentor, or you'll get a coaching call or whatever, right? There's other things that I offer so that I can earn besides just from AdSense. And we've got a super chat. Thank you so much, Dom Studio Zone. Where is it? Here we go. Hi, Rob. Dom here from Montreal. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Do you do A/B testing, and does it actually give you the best pick, title or thumbnail? I don't do it very much. I used to do it more, but on yesterday's video, I did A/B test 3 titles. And does it actually give you the best pick? Like, I don't know if I've used it the right way or not. Like I've heard some people say, oh, you got to give it at least, 12 days or whatever, like give it enough time to work, because the first people that your video gets put out in front of when you upload a video is probably your most loyal viewers, whether they be subscribers or just they watch your videos all the time and perhaps are going to click anyways, right? But anyways, the way it works is if you A/B test titles or thumbnails, and I wouldn't suggest A/B testing both of them on the same video because you only get 3 choices. I would do titles or thumbnails. And I've done both. But yeah, the way it works is once it's been running for at least, I don't know, I can't remember what it is, an hour or 2 hours or a couple hours, you can go in and manage the test and see how it's doing, how your 3 titles or 3 thumbnails are doing, 2 or 3, right, however many you put in the test. And the percentage it gives you is the percentage of watch hours that resulted in that thumbnail or title being selected. Not how many times it's clicked. The percentage is based on the resulting watch hours. And that's probably a more meaningful measurement. So yeah, what I'll do is if I've run an A/B test, and like on the 3 titles yesterday, I think it was this morning I went in and looked, and one was 35% and the other 2 were low 30s. So I just clicked the 35% one, ended the test, and now that's the title, right? So that's what I do. So yeah, I've done it. I mean, it does kind of work. It's also good to try it on different thumbnails. And when I test different thumbnails, what I'll do is I'll usually have the same background, but it's the text I can't quite figure out. Should I use that text or this text or that text? So I might have 3 options and put them all up. Same background image, typically of me, but 3 different text options. And then I'll see if one's outperforming the rest, and then I'll select that one. So it's a cool tool, but I don't use it that much. Like if I know what I want my thumbnail text to be, I just go with that. So very good. But thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate that. 3 more minutes and I'll do a draw. I'll do a draw for a free, or for a few free courses. Do faceless channels take longer to be monetized? That's how my videos work, and I'm growing so slowly. I mean, there's no rule that says, oh, this is a faceless channel, so it's going to grow slower. No. Ultimately, it's going to come down to, are people wanting to watch your videos? Okay. And is YouTube able to find the people you're trying to make videos for? Are they having success with that? And they'll have more success with that if you're staying on topic and staying within your niche, one small niche, right? Targeting one small group of people, or like-minded people. It doesn't have to be a small group, but just one very well-defined group of people. So the thing, but what I will say is, I think it's harder to grow a faceless channel, and that they will take longer to grow, just because people aren't able to connect with a real person in the videos. And I think that is one of the best ways to grow a channel. That's a lot of my videos are about that. I talk about that a lot. I talk about that in these live streams all the time. I understand it's not the only way to grow a channel, but I do think it's the better way, the easier way to grow a channel. Put yourself in your videos. I do think it's harder to grow a channel if you don't, if you just go faceless. I think it's even harder if you don't even use your voice. Let's say if you use an AI voice, say, and right, like the more, the less human your video feels, the harder it will be to grow, I believe. So that's what I think. Do you have M? I don't know what that means. I think maybe you hit enter too soon. We have another super chat, just waiting for it to pop up here. There we go. I'll pop it up. Thank you. Happy Face Coffee. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Greetings from Alabama. To grow a channel, is it wise to invest in other social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, to grow the YouTube channel? Not necessary. Some people do it, and some people, that is part of their strategy. I see it's 3 o'clock right now. It's part of some people's strategy. I think it depends on what you're trying to do with YouTube. Like if you're using YouTube to drive business to another business, like you have a business, let's say a website or even a brick and mortar store, and you're using YouTube to funnel business to it. In that case, then yeah, you can use Facebook also to funnel people to it, or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. But if your primary thing is going to be YouTube, and that is going to be your business, even if you are selling other things through it, or not through it, but along with it, like if you have digital downloads or courses or consulting or coaching or whatever else it is you want to offer. But if YouTube is your main place, I don't personally think you need to spend time with the other platforms to funnel business through it. In fact, I think a better way to grow is just to make videos for your channel. And each video you make, if you can make it so that in some small way it helps your target audience, the people who can potentially become a client or a customer of yours based on what it is you offer, help them out in some small, free, yet valuable way in each video you make, then each video you make becomes a point of entry into your business. Every video you make has the potential to do extremely well on YouTube, right? And the longer you're making videos, the better you'll get at making videos that people want to watch that therefore can potentially do really well, the videos, right? If you just go to Facebook and whether you pay for ads or you have a large group of friends there that you can point to your YouTube channel, I wouldn't do that. Because then YouTube's not finding them for you. YouTube's not learning who your audience is. And also the people you send there may not be YouTube users. They may not even be interested in what the content of your videos are about. They may just be interested in checking you out on YouTube. Like what are you up to on YouTube? I wonder what he's doing on YouTube, what she's doing on YouTube. I'm just curious. And you don't want people like that as subscribers. You want true fans, people who are really interested in what you have to offer, really interested in the videos that you're making. And the best way to find them is make those videos that help other people and be targeted to those same group of people with all your videos, and then YouTube will try. With every new video you make, they will try to put it in front of the right people. And they're going to have some success, and they're going to not have some success, right? But the more videos you make, as long as you stay on topic, YouTube will get better and better and better at understanding who you're trying to reach, and your growth should go up and up and up, right? As long as you stay on that path. So yeah. The other thing I'll say, and then I'll move on, and then I'll get to the first draw, is that it's really hard to grow on YouTube. It's hard to grow a YouTube channel. It is. Don't let anybody tell you it's easy. It's not easy. It's hard. And I don't know as much about the other platforms, but let's just pick Instagram. I'm sure it's hard to grow on Instagram too. I mean, I do have an Instagram account, but the only reason I have that is in case people want to DM me that way. In fact, I probably don't even need that. And I have, I think 600 followers on that. Like I don't do much with it at all. I'm sure it's hard to grow on YouTube. I'm not trying to grow it. My point is, since all of these platforms are hard to grow on, wouldn't it be nice if you could just focus on one of them and just not worry about the others? That's what I suggest. I've chosen YouTube as my focus. I focus on YouTube. Yes, when I make a short for YouTube Shorts, I also post it on Instagram and TikTok, just because the same video can go on those with very little extra effort. Just, it's already done, upload. So it doesn't take much time. So that's the only reason I do that. But other than that, I don't put any thought into, how am I going to grow my TikTok account more? I don't worry about that at all. So anyway, there you go. Let's draw for some prizes. Let's draw for some prizes. All right, what's the best way to do this? Okay, I have done that. I'm going to want to share this screen with you guys so that you can see it. And we're going to give it a minute. I've got a timer on my watch. Last time I did this, I put a timer on the screen. Maybe I should have done that, but I have a timer on my watch. I'm going to give it 1 minute. I'm going to give you a keyword, okay? And anybody who wants to enter into a draw for a free I'm going to draw for 5 of them right now. 5 free copies of this one right here, the Camera Confidence Mini Course. So it's $47 for those who want to buy it, but I'm going to give 5 of them away right now, and I'll give 5 away a little bit later. So I'm going to draw some names. So what we're going to do is, you can see this now. No entries yet because I haven't set the keyword. I actually did set the keyword. Actually, one second. I have to check this, make sure it's... Yep, there it is. All right. So you're ready? If you're ready for the keyword, you guys will be able to see the entries come in here as well. So it's all on the up and up. I'm not just randomly picking people. I am randomly. This is going to randomly pick people. All right, so the keyword is peanut. Surprise, surprise. Enter the word peanut in right now for your chance to win a copy of my Camera Confidence course. It's a 6-video course, mini course. Okay, good. They're coming in. Offers are good. See how that works? Isn't that cool? I think that's so cool. If any of you guys want to do something like this, the site is called Nightbot, right? NIGHTBOT.TV. Oh, I never started the minute countdown. 1 minute. We'll start it right now. Counting down from 1 minute. I don't know. Can you guys see that? I can't twist my arm. That doesn't look like it's showing up. Anyways, 52 seconds left. Enter the word peanut for your chance. And this is just destroying the chat. So, yeah. So this is pretty cool. So Nightbot will show you all the chats as they come in. We've got 63, 64 entries so far. Some people have put the a little peanut emoji. The emoji won't work. It's searching for the actual words. You also have to spell it correctly. Peanut. All right. Can you hear that, Peanut? You're famous. So we'll give it another 20 seconds, and I'll start picking names. Choose a winner. So I'll have to pick that. I'll have to press that button 5 times. And then I'll have to write them down so I don't forget. If you are a winner, send me an email. Okay, I may not be able to reach out to you just based on your username, your YouTube username. So send me an email at workwith@robthemaritimer.com. And if you forget that, you can go to my website and you can contact me that way. I'll need your email address anyways to give you access to it. All right, 72 entries. My watch stopped, so I am going to stop this. How do I stop it? 74 entries. I think I'm just going to click here, choose a winner. All right, we ready? Boom. Captain Kirk 2U2. So I'm going to write this down. CAP. Congratulations. CAPT KIRK 2U2. Congrats, you are a winner. I'm going to choose another one now. Dom Studio Zone. Studio Zone is another winner. Congrats. Let's go again. Jules Lynn Credjewel. I apologize if I butcher your names here. I'm doing the best that I can. Jules Lynn Credjewel. Okay, is a 3rd winner. Let's roll for a 4th winner. Donna Papa YCIK 7468. DONNA PAPA YCIK 7468. I'm running out of space. 68. I'm just writing these down on my notebook. Congratulations. And I got one more for now. And then we're going to draw some more a little bit later. So the next one is David M. Hunty. David M. Hunty. So first 5 winners. There you go. Congrats. So if you won one of those, so again, what you've won is here, Camera Confidence Mini Course, $47 value. I think it's 6 or 7 videos that I kind of help you through gaining confidence on camera. I've got some exercises that I talk about in there. Yeah, actually, if you click on Learn More, you can learn more about it here. There's the lessons: overcoming fear of the camera, master your on-camera presence, finding your voice from practice to perfection, and presenting like a pro. So 5 lessons, an intro video, and a wrap-up video, 7 videos. I want to say it's around 2.5 hours long. I made it about a year ago, so about 2.5 hours long. Yeah, and I hope you find those helpful. So there you go. Congratulations. Send me an email to workwith@robthemaritimer.com. Can I even put that in here? I don't know if YouTube lets me put in email addresses. Workwith at... There's my email address if you want to just say, hey, Rob, thanks, I won. I won the mini course. And then I'll have your email address. I'll be able to give you access and send you an email. So there we go. Congrats. That was fun. We'll do that again in another 15 minutes or so. We'll draw for 5 more, and we're also going to draw for some the YouTube starter course. So I'm going to give away 5 more of these, so 10 total, and I'm giving away 5 of these, the starter course. There's 36 videos in that one. Actually, no, 39 now. That's right. All right, let me get back to more questions. If anybody has any other questions for me, put QQQ. Oh, pin that to the top. That's a good, I just saw that. Pin the message. There you go. Message pinned. There we go. Question. Hey, Rob, can you survey your crowd and see if anyone uses drone to film themselves, then voiceover? I find it helpful to getting over camera shyness. Interesting. So uses the drone to film yourself and then voiceover. So use the drone to film yourself, but not looking right at the drone, talking to it, because voicing that over would be awfully hard to match up your voice to your mouth, right? I'm assuming you mean probably use a drone as like B-roll, and then do a voiceover over top of that. Yes, I'm sure people do that. I've done that. Well, not with a drone, but just film whatever camera you want to use, whether it's a drone or just walking around with the camera and filming B-roll that way, and then put a voiceover to it. You can do that. That's a little bit getting away from putting yourself on camera, but it's a great way to start. Like if you have camera shyness and you don't want to put yourself on camera just yet, that's a fantastic way to start. I will stick by what I say, though, that I think it's easier to connect with your audience if they can see you and look at your eyes, right? Even that is a simple thing. Like I often have sunglasses on the top of my head or the top of my hat when I'm outside making videos. They're not always on the top like that. Like usually if I'm out for a walk, I'm wearing my sunglasses. But when I make a video, I try to make sure my glasses are not on so that people can see my eyes. Even if I'm not looking at them. Like if I'm making a video with my camera, I'll be walking like this and I'll look at the camera I looked at my screen. Look at the camera every so often, talk, right? So that's kind of the way I do it. You don't have to stare directly into the lens the whole time. But if people can see your eyes and they can see like the way you're thinking and they can see you when you're making a really good point and you're looking at them, it just lands better. People will pay attention more and people will feel more connected to you as well. So that'll make it easier to grow a channel. That said, to answer your question, yes, people absolutely do drone footage and then put voiceover to it. Or even just like one thing you could do is talk to your camera, make a video talking to your camera, but then when you go into editing, maybe you could even cover up the first minute of you talking to the camera with drone footage, and then it gets into you looking at the camera, right? That's another way you could do it. There you go. And yeah, Rob uses B-roll and voiceovers regularly in his recent videos more than his earlier videos. Yeah, but they're not really voiceovers. When I think of the term voiceover, I think of sitting at your desk with a mic and just recording your audio, right? But what I typically do is I always start off with my selfie stick, and my phone on it. Where is my phone? Where did I put? Oh, it's right here. Like this. Put my phone like this, and I can switch to the iPhone, so you can see what I see like this. So this is how I do it. Can you see? There, you can see me holding my phone like this, right? I'm trying to get in front of. There we go. So yeah, so this is how I make my videos, looking at the iPhone on the selfie stick. Why was I sharing that with you? What were we talking about? Oh, the B-roll thing. Yeah. So when I start a video, even though what you end up seeing, I'm kind of covering up. Here's the thing. What I usually do is, well, I'll put this mic on, right? I'll put my mic on here. I'll press record on my mic. I'll turn this around. I'll press record. I'll put it in the camera app. I'll press record. I'll see the little red square above and the counter time counting up, so I know it's recording. And I'll turn it around. And then I'll look at my notes on my cue card. Right? I was making a video earlier today. Where'd the cue card go? Anyways, gone. Look at my notes, and then I'll start. And I'll just talk. I usually mess up. It usually takes me 4 or 5 times to get it the way I like it. I like the way, I don't know, my intro was, right? Because the intro is important, so I spend more time on it. But once I feel like I've kind of nailed it, and I'll just keep going. I'll just keep talking, talk, make the video. And when I'm done, my name's Rob. Thanks for watching. See you later. I'll turn it around, stop. I'll go here, stop. I'll stop the recording on the mic as well. And then I've got my video. So now I'll take this into my office here and transfer the video from my phone to my computer. And I'll transfer the audio from my mic to the computer, this with a wire, the phone though, just with AirDrop. And I sync the two of them together, the audio and the video together, and then I'll edit it. Now, what I'll typically do though is from the moment that I hit record, and me looking at my notes, trying to figure out, how to start the video, it's recording that whole time. And I may even hit record before I leave the house. So what got recorded was me walking out the door and up the path to the trail and all of that will get recorded. So what I'll do is I'll go into my video and I'll see that, and I'll go to the point where I know the good copy of my voice started, and I'll make a cut. All that previous 5 minutes or so, that's potential B-roll, right? That's the way I do it. And I'll just, I'll maybe find a minute of that. I'll cut that out, and I'll lay that over top of that part where I had a good opening and I was looking at my camera, but you're not going to see that because I'm going to cover it with B-roll, which was from earlier in that same recording. So that's kind of the way I've been doing it. Do you record in 4K? Yes, I do. I record in 4K, 30 frames per second is what I do. I don't have to, but I like recording in 4K. I mean, there's some considerations, right? Like if you don't have a ton of extra storage space in your phone, that might be an issue. A 4K 30 video is roughly 4 times larger than a 1080p 30 frames per second video, right? If you divide a 4K screen into quarters, you've got 4 1080p screens. Okay, that's why it's 4 times the size. It's double the height and double the width to go from 1080p to 4K. So if you're pressed for space, you don't have a lot of space in your phone, you may want to consider going to 1080p or get rid of all those extra photos and videos you got on your phone, save them somewhere else, delete any apps that you don't use, right, to try to free up some space. I used to have an issue with that when I had my iPhone 14. I think it was a 128 gigabyte drive inside of it. And it was touch and go. I could probably hold 2 videos on it, but I always, like when I transfer my video from my phone to my computer, I always delete it off my phone. So things were tight then, but since I upgraded to the 16 and it came with twice the storage space, 256 in this, I don't have an issue. Like I don't have an issue at all. So when I was away in Costa Rica, I had like all of my videos for the trip and the videos that I recorded here were still on my phone when I got back, and I did some cleanup. But So yeah, I do it in 4K, but if you're pressed for space, you can consider going down to 1080p. But the other thing to consider is, how are people watching your videos? If they're watching your videos on a mobile phone mostly, then they probably can't tell the difference between 1080p and 4K. But if they're watching you on a 85-inch TV, if a large percentage of your audience is watching on a TV, then yeah, you might want to consider, because on a larger TV, you can certainly tell the difference between 1080p and 4K, or I can. And my eyes aren't the greatest, so I can tell the difference. So there you go. There you go. Is it difficult to sync the audio and the video? No. Let me show you. Let's give you a real quick demonstration. Now, what I'm about to show you can be done on any video editing platform, so I'll say that right off the bat. So it's just the, here, let's share my screen. So it's just the technique that I'm going to show you. So, okay, blank slate. Okay, there's a blank slate. This is Camtasia, by the way, for those who are unfamiliar with it. I've got no media in here. Let me go grab some media being a video. And I'm just going to grab, okay, so the video I made yesterday. Let's just start from the raw video. So where is it? Here it is. I'm just going to drag it down here. You can't see what I'm dragging down because I'm using a different screen, but this was the raw video. Okay. Now I don't know why it brings in that second channel. I'm just going to delete that. But this is the video. This is the video of me talking to the camera. All right. And you can tell, like if I press play here, and YouTube. I don't know. Can you guys hear that? And I think the lawsuit started several years ago, but anyway, that's it. That's the video. Now you might notice that it looks a little bit washed out. That's because it is. I always add some. Where is it here? Favorites, color adjustment. If I bring that down here, and I make some changes, like I don't know why it goes to those numbers, but 000 for the brightness, contrast, and saturation. It's in my head. For my iPhone, I always go with -6, 5, 24. To me, that looks better. Now, what you see is not as good as it will be. I mean, I have this on a 1080p screen, and it's smaller and it's being broadcast through, so the resulting video is going to look different than this, but the coloring, I can toggle that on and off, so it just made it a little bit better. Okay, so anyways, that's not what you asked. Let's go to the audio. Let's go find the audio media. So I have to bring in the audio file is here, and I'll bring that in. I usually put that down below because a lot of video editing programs have like a line, and all the videos go above the line and audio go below the line, like video and B-roll above and audio below. In Camtasia, you can arrange things however you want. It doesn't matter. So, but anyways, so if I hide this track here is just audio.
Resulting in.
Okay, I'll bring this track back, and now you can see it. It's the video. But the video has audio too, right? And the reason that is because of the way I record it. Like with this DJI mic, which I love, okay, inside you have two mics and, you have two mics and the receiver, okay? What I've been doing lately is I take a mic out, and that's it. I don't use the receiver. The receiver you can plug into your phone, okay, if you want, and then the audio from this goes directly to your phone. But sometimes I've had a problem where it doesn't connect very well to this phone, and the signal doesn't get through, which sucks. But the good news is this mic has a little record button on the side that you can press, and if I press it, look what happens. I press the record. There, a little red light came on. See, and I can press it again, goes off. So I can record directly onto this mic. That's the way I do it. So I record this separately, and then there is a little, USB-C connection there that I just plug this directly into the computer and transfer the audio file. And it's a WAV file. Okay, so that's how I handle my audio. I'll put that back here. So now let's get back here. So what I've got is I've got this video file that has the audio, because when you record with your phone, it's capturing audio too, right? So, and if I hide this track and I play this, you can hear it. End up spending hours. Okay, so that's the iPhone's audio. This is the other audio. Now I'm going to finally get to your question. How hard is it to sync it up? Because if I played this like this, hours and hours, just continually, you got two audios fighting with each other. The way you do it, you can almost tell. You look here. Let me enlarge the tracks a little bit. You can tell that, like, how it should line up, right? Just by looking visually at these waveforms, the audio waveforms. But to dial it right in, you simply have to zoom in. Here, let's zoom in on this area here. Zoom in. Now you can tell that it's a little bit out of sync. You can tell here it's out of sync, so you click one and you drag it and try to sync it up, and you try to get it close. Let's zoom in on this section here, and I'll play it.
The big question here is...
Okay, so that I was really close. So if it's a little bit out of sync,
The big question here is...
Now hopefully you guys can hear that, but you can tell there's an echo. Basically, you can dial it right in the more you zoom in. Okay, I think that's pretty close.
The big question here...
And it is, you can go way in, right?
Here is...
That's good. So to me, that is synced up now. So the next thing I do is at the end, if we zoom into the end, we can see that one tail is longer than the other. That's because I obviously pressed stop on the video recording before I pressed stop on the audio. I'm just going to click this and drag it back here. Okay, and I'm also going to go to the very beginning, and same thing. I obviously pressed, okay, here. Okay, that's where I turned the audio on. And then I probably said test.
Test, test, test.
Yep. So now I'm going to drag this back here. So both of them are lined up. Okay, so now they are in sync. The last thing I have to do is delete the audio from the bad audio. I've got two audios here. It's not going to sound very good to leave them both in. Plus the iPhone audio, like here, it looks like I kind of paused here or forgot what I was saying.
Have been found at blame for this is massive.
No, then I forgot what I was going to say next. So I looked at my notes. So I cut that part out of the video. But what I want to show you is if I hide this audio and play this, all you're going to hear is the iPhone noise. Okay, lots of traffic. But if I hide the iPhone and just play this one, it's a lot cleaner. Okay, so you want to delete the bad audio is the bottom line. And in Camtasia, it's very easy. You right click on the track you want to delete the audio from, and you click silence audio. There, it's silenced. Now I only hear the good audio.
On these platforms, and it's not healthy.
Okay, and that sounds a whole lot better than, here, let's restore that audio and let's hide this audio.
Kids, I'm not just talking about my own, but I've seen lots of kids.
Okay, that doesn't sound as good as, whoops, I don't want to hide that, just silence the audio.
Kids spend countless...
And that is how I sync. So that's the first step. I always sync everything up, and then I will go through and I will, like I said before, like there was some setup here. And in fact, I had another camera with this one. I had this other camera that I also synced up, right? And I didn't show that. That got complicated, but same thing applies. That camera we're looking at there, the Osmo Pocket 3, also records audio, okay? So I can bring that one in and then on a third level and then sync it up as well. And then you can decide which one you're going to show. And so I'm actually, let me show you something. If I double click that, I'm just going to launch that my project file for yesterday's video, and I'll show you what I mean. So here it is. Let me just rearrange this a little bit. I'll drag this up, make this smaller. I'll drag this in so you can see more of it. I will close this one. I'll delete that one. Okay, so here is my video from yesterday, what it looks like in Camtasia from start to finish. So now you can see what I've done here. See, I've got my audio, my video, and my other video. And then you can see how there's cuts here. There was a cut there. I obviously cut out mistakes. But now let me just play this, and you can see when this playhead gets to here, you'll see that it changes.
Something happened last week that could have a huge impact on how YouTube works going forward. I want to talk about how it's going to affect you and I, and I got a lot to say about this, so let's get into it. What happened? Last week, the result of a trial came down. It was a young woman who...
Okay, so those are the cool things you can do if you have two cameras, and if they're all recording audio, that makes it easy to sync them up. That might have set a record for the longest explanation or answer to a question. AI Lig says, up-to-date editing software would use multicam with automatic sync, save lots of time. I'm sure it does, and I've actually seen that. I tried to play with that a little bit in Final Cut Pro, and I'm just not ready for it. Like, I'm set in my ways. I find it fairly easy to do this. I mean, I can usually edit a video in an hour, maybe two, but I don't do a ton of editing. So, but yeah, I do understand the multicam editing. It's a feature. I just found it's just so much different than what I'm used to doing. And I mean, I sync my videos to my audio every time. So because I do that every time, I've just gotten pretty quick at doing it. So it's whatever works best for you. So Rob, you don't pair the DJI to the iPhone over Bluetooth. You only record it on the mic locally as a file. That's correct. Now, here's the thing too. So the DJI mic that I have, now I gave you a little bit of a hint there. I did recently buy the Osmo Pocket 3. I just haven't gotten into it yet. So it came with a mic, a DJI 2 mic. That's this thing. This thing here, the Pocket 3, right? This one. That's the other camera that I used in that video, and it just kind of followed me around. It's kind of cool, but I still have some more studying to do on this. Go off, okay. Before I'm really ready to put it in full production. But it came with a mic like this that syncs, or not syncs, it pairs to the camera, and you don't have to worry about it. This audio goes right in there. But this is the DJI 2 mic that comes with that. Also has internal recording, but also has the ability to connect via Bluetooth to phones. My original DJI mic, the one, does not have Bluetooth. It has to use that receiver plugged into your phone. And if you don't have the USB-C phone, it comes with an old Lightning adapter, which I needed when I had the iPhone 14. It doesn't have the capability to use Bluetooth. It's only this receiver or record directly onto the mic. Okay. The 2 has a receiver if you get it in a kit like this, but it also has the ability to use Bluetooth. My understanding is that the Bluetooth connection is not nearly as good as using the receiver or just recording directly onto the mic. Those two are your best options. The way DJI markets their onboard recording is as a backup. They think, or they say, press record, and then you have a backup in case your connection to your device, whether it's the Pocket 3 or your phone or whatever, in case that connection is not good. Like maybe you walked too far away from your camera with the mic and it didn't capture it all. You could have a backup recording on your mic. So that's how they market it. That's how they bill it. But I just find it so easy to sync them up in editing afterwards. I just record on that. Plus, the couple times where I had it plugged into my phone and the connection wasn't good, I got back and I relied on it and didn't have a backup on the mic, and I was kind of stuck, right? So, yeah, the Bluetooth connection that the DJI 2 can use is not as good as the receiver connection through your Osmo Pocket or the receiver into your phone. So, there. Did I answer your question? I usually record on the mic. And there's so much room on the mic. It's like 8 gigabytes, which doesn't sound like a lot, but audio does not take a lot of space. It's got room for like, I don't know, 12 hours or 15 hours of audio. And if you fill it up, you can't fill it up. It just kind of rolls over and just kind of over records on itself, is the way it works. But I usually keep it clean. I delete the stuff out of there every once in a while anyways. All right. Oh, I just saw, can moderators pin questions on the screen so Rob can catch up? No, they can't. But that's a good hint. Let me try to answer some more questions. Did you use shorts to increase your reach? Not really. I do use shorts more as a branding tool. I would not advise using shorts to try to boost traffic. Like, you don't want a short to go viral, then you become a shorts channel. I'd be concerned with doing that. If you want to grow a channel with long form videos, which is what I'm all about, I just use shorts as a branding tool, just to kind of keep my face out there in a couple other ways that will remind people who already view my stuff that I exist. That's what I do. Question, I'm a new YouTuber. Many videos it will take to increase reach. Many videos? How many videos will it take to increase? The more the better. I mean, 1 or 2 videos a week I think is great. If you want to grow a channel, I think that's good. On my Pocket 3, I've only ever used the Bluetooth to the camera, and it's always been just great. Really? Are you sure it's Bluetooth? Is that how it works with this? I think, because I think I asked this question to my ChatGPT. What is the quality difference between the way the mic connects to the Pocket 3 versus the Bluetooth way you would connect a mic to a phone? And it says the way you connect to the Pocket 3 is more like the receiver way. It's like there's a built-in little receiver or transceiver. No, receiver. There's a built-in one in here, and I don't think it's Bluetooth, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Don't forget the competition. Right, let's go. Let's go. Let's give away a couple of, what time is it? Let's give away some more prizes here. Let's go back to my screen. Where are you? Where did you go, Nightbot? Giveaway. All right, so let's close that. Okay, let's do, oh, here, let's put this. I am on the screen. Okay, sorry. Let's put, okay. All flustered. 1 second, let me take a drink, gather my thoughts. We're going to have another giveaway. Somebody just, Barefoot Lawn just said peanut. I'm going to change the word, just so you know. Prizes? Yes, prizes. So I am going to give away some courses, some video-based courses that I usually sell on my channel. These courses I sell for, well, there's 2 of them. Let me bring it down here. Sorry, I just have to get reorganized here. Bring that down, bring that down. I will have to reset the entries and give away options. Set that in there. Write it down so I don't forget what the word is. I'm setting a new word. There we go. Done. Okay, that's set. All right, so here we go. Here's what the draw is all about. So I've already drawn for 5 of these already. We're going to draw for 5 more right now. 5 more winners of the Camera Confidence course. It's regularly $47. I'm going to give away 5 copies. If you're a winner, so you're going to see your username pop up if you win. If you're a winner, and let's just go here. So here, it's ready to accept entries, but I have to give you the keyword first. I'm going to give you a keyword, and then anybody who wants to enter, you got a minute to enter that keyword into the chat, and then you'll be automatically entered to win one of these 5 that I'm about to draw for, copies of that mini course. Okay, is that it? Clear as mud? Oh yes, sorry. If you're a winner, you will need to send me an email, and I've pinned my email address to the top of this chat, workwith@robthemaritimer.com. I'll need you to email me and say, hey, Rob, thanks, I won. And I'll cross-reference to make sure. Tell me what your username is when you email me. And I'll be able to, well, yeah, is that going to work? Yeah, that'll work. It's worked before. So yeah, email me only if you've won and tell me what your username is, and I will give you access to that, and you'll get an email with access to the course. All right, so here we go. I'm going to give it a minute for you to enter the keyword breeze. Okay, B-R-E-E-Z-E. Keyword is there. I just entered it, so you know how to spell it. Breeze. Enter that, and you should. There we go. Okay. Phew. I didn't think it was working yet. There you can see all the entries coming in. These are everybody who is entered 29, 35. You guys can see this too. Yep. 45, 47. This is cool. Love this. So we'll give it a minute. 28 seconds left. Yeah. So yeah, just my way to say thanks. I didn't advertise I was going to do this. Just thought, hey, what the heck? I did it. When did I do it last time? Christmas, the Christmas special that we did live. I did this as well. Oh, I see QQQ. That might get lost in the shuffle. I'll have to search for that. All right. Let's see now. Done. We're done. We got what we got. We got 60 people who have entered. Anybody else? 60. I think we've reached everybody who wants to enter. And if you've already purchased that course and you win, you can use the $47 as a credit towards a coaching call if you like. You can book a coaching call with me. All right. I think we're 63. I think that's enough time though. 64. I'm going to choose a winner. I'm going to click this button and it'll bring up, and I'm going to do it 5 times. I'm going to write them down. So again, if you win, send me an email, and afterwards I will send you an email and give you access. So 66, let's go now. Choose a winner. Click. Lily Handy Agent Prep is a winner. That's a long one. I got to write these down. You guys need smaller usernames. Lily Handy, congratulations. Handy Agent Prep is our first winner. Congratulations. Let's re-roll. David M. Hunte. Oh, you've already won. I've already got you down here, so you can't win twice. I'll re-roll again. David Malinowski. Congratulations. David _ Malinowski. Congrats. Number 3. We're doing this for 5 people here. Number 3, the Aging Runner. The Aging Runner. Congrats to you. Number 4 is Mike Shell. Congrats to Mike. All right, I'm going to draw one more, and then at the top of the hour or shortly after, we will draw for some over 40 YouTube starter course winners. All right, so one more winner of this course is UTB Film and Photography. UTB Film and Photography. Congratulations. Lily Handy, Agent Prep, David Malinowski, The Aging Runner, Mike Shell, and UTB Film and Photography are 5 winners. And the 5 winners from before are Captain Kirk 2U2, Dom Studio Zone, Jules Lynn Credule, Donna Papai Chick, and David M. Hunty. So you 10 are the winners. Send me an email and I'll get you set up. Thank you for participating. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? All right. Let's see now. So again, if you have any questions, we talked a little bit at the top of the, I was going to say top of the hour, an hour and 40 minutes ago, about my latest video, which was about the lawsuit that went down last week, where Facebook and YouTube were found liable and owe the plaintiff, I guess, $6 million, and they're concerned because that could open up a whole new kettle of fish and like I mean, potentially millions of people could sue them because they make them addicted to their platforms. So that's what's at stake for the big companies. But I just see somebody. How do I get his attention? It's hard. I know. I'm sorry. There's a lot of questions in here, and I see you've actually mentioned your question. Here, I'll pop you up here. Yeah, sorry about that. I can't answer everybody's question because there's just too many, and I've got some talking to do too. So, but I do the best that I can. Your question is, new YouTuber, foodie and beauty channel. I keep going viral. How do I manage the views and leverage customers? You keep going viral. That's great. Congratulations. If it's with a long form video, awesome. If you're talking about shorts, do you want to be a shorts channel? That's great, but that's not your question. I keep going viral. How do I manage the views? I don't know what you mean by that. Leverage customers? I can't really say without knowing anything about your channel. That would require a deep dive into your channel and who you're trying to reach. You might want to think about how you want to, or what kind of offer you can make to your viewers. Try to think of how you might be able to help your viewers out, okay? And what you might be able to offer them, right? You can help them for free by making videos, and you can offer things for sale that you think they might be interested in. So I don't really know how else to answer your question other than that because I don't know anything about your channel. How do you manage the views? I mean, you can check your views in YouTube Studio, right? So that might help. Okay, what else? Can you win twice? Yeah, sorry, David. No, I mean you could, but I mean, I mean it's the same videos, right? So one copy would be enough of that course. Do you have titles for your videos before you make them? Sometimes, not always. I usually like to have some sort of an idea as to what I want the title to be before I make the video, but quite often I'll change it when I'm editing the video or when it's uploading and I'm, settling on my title and thumbnail. So I might change it. Are you creating more sensationalist titles and thumbnails because they bring in more clicks for you? If so, how has it increased your views? I mean, I don't feel like I'm creating more sensationalist titles, but you must think that I am. And that's fine. I mean, it's a balance, right? You've got to, you need your titles and thumbnails to help you get discovered. But here's what I'll say. If your titles and thumbnails are too sensationalist and then your video doesn't support what you said in your titles and thumbnails, it's not going to work. You are just going to upset people. If you make a huge claim that you don't back up in your video, there's a disconnect there, and people will come to not appreciate that. And you don't want to get known for doing that either, because for the same reason, people will just stop clicking. It's like crying wolf, right? If you cry wolf too many times, eventually no one's going to come and help you. So there's a danger in being too sensationalist or clickbaity, is another way to put that. There's a danger in that, but so you use it sparingly. Have I noticed that they bring in more clicks? I mean, it depends. I can't think of a specific line in the sand where my, titles became more sensationalist. But maybe some of them are. So like I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that. How has it increased your views? I can tell you that my views are not as high as they were a month ago, but it fluctuates. My views for yesterday's video are actually quite good. Yesterday's views in the day it was my best day in a month, because of that video. That video brought in more than half of my daily views. So, but on a video by video basis, some videos do really well and some don't. So, and the titles do have something to do with that, absolutely. You might be right that it's not Bluetooth, it's a wireless connection. You are right, but it's solid. It is solid. Yeah. And to be clear, when I use the receiver and plug it into my phone, that the quality of that audio is identical to when you record right on the mic. It's the same. It's the Bluetooth connection that you get with a DJI 2 receiver. Bluetooth connection is an option. Instead of just using the receiver, you can connect with Bluetooth to a phone that has Bluetooth connectivity. But I've never done that. The 1 can't do that. The 2 can, but it's not as good. So I don't know. I know, Scott, you have the Osmo Pocket 3, which comes with a mic if you got that package. If that's what you're using, then it'll connect with the good connection. So in your case, you could use the record on board feature just as a backup. Or you could just take that mic and just record onto it if you just want to record some audio. Or if you want to use that with your phone and not use the Osmo Pocket sometime, you could do that. What is work with you, Rob? How can people work with you? I'm glad you asked. So work with me. So I offer coaching. If you want one-on-one coaching, you can, and it's all on the website. Here, down at the bottom here. So one-on-one coaching right here. You can click here and book a one-on-one call with me if you want. It's 50 minutes, and I can help you with whatever you need help with. If you're not sure if I can help you with what you need help with, email me first, and you can ask, and I can let you know. And I also have the Creators Growth Project, but that's not available right now. I actually just started the next session of that yesterday. So I've got 10 people going through that. And I had 10 people go through that in December. It's slightly different this time. I've made some tweaks to it based on feedback from the first group of people who aren't finished, actually. They're in the Alumni Hub for a year. So I'm doing that. And I do that. I plan on doing that 2 to 3 times a year, demand pending. Like, as long as there's people that want me to do it, I'll do it. So, those are the ways you can work with me. Thank you for asking. Okay, let's see. Walk with Barbara says, I never record on the internal memory of the mic. I know you can do that, but I've never had a need for that feature. Yeah, very good. I used to do it with my, when I used my iPhone 14, I would record on that, but I always used the receiver plugged into my phone. But again, there were 2 times that the receiver connection wasn't good, and I don't blame DJI. I blame my iPhone. I think probably my connection here probably has too much dust in it, or I don't know, maybe cat hair. No, probably not cat hair. I see that, but you know what I mean. So too much dust, and then it's not a good connection anymore. So I think that's what happened. But just recording onto the mic itself solved that problem for me, and then. Now I don't have to worry about plugging that thing in here because I just record onto the mic. Hello, Rob. Alderbran. Hello, Alderbran. How you doing? What is the safest and best place to download music to your video? Well, the safest would be to sign up for a service with a company that offers that. Like Epidemic Sound is what I use, and I have a link to that below. I use Epidemic Sound, but there's also Audio, AUDIIO. There's Storyblocks is another one. There's several. There's also YouTube has a library. You can download music from YouTube's music library and use that in your videos. That's free. But you want to make sure that you're allowed to use it. I would not use any music that you find in like CapCut. They say you can use it, but I've heard horror stories about people using that and then getting flagged, and the owners then monetize that video. The owners of that music monetize the video. Of course, the owners will say, yeah, you can use my music for free, 100%. But what they mean is, use my music so that I can monetize your video, right? So you got to be careful with that. So I've heard that happen through CapCut. But if you pay a music service like Epidemic Sound, which is what I do, and I don't remember, I mean, it's like $100 or $200 a year or something like that, or maybe they have a monthly plan now. I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, that's the safest way. And then you can connect your account, your YouTube account, to your Epidemic Sound account. And if you ever have trouble, like, because sometimes the YouTube system will make a mistake and will mistakenly flag or give you a copyright flag, and then you can just fight it, and they usually reverse it in like 24 hours. I think that happened to me the first time I used Epidemic Sound, or maybe that was with Storyblocks. I used Storyblocks before Epidemic Sound, like 5 years ago, but they reverse it, right? And they help you with that. They help you through that. And then if it happens once, it'll probably never happen again, or at least in my case, it's never happened since. So there. All right, what else we got here? Do you think non-speaking channel at a disadvantage? I video myself demonstrating and cannot speak because of medical, which no one is aware of. Okay. Yes, I do think it puts you at a disadvantage. However, there's probably some things you can do to get around it. Like, when I say I think it's better if you put yourself in your videos and you speak in your videos, it's to foster that connection with your viewers, right? I think that helps grow a channel. If you can't do that, then I just feel like you're gonna want to think of something else to help make your videos stand out or make them unique in some way. What that looks like for you, I don't know, but that's the way those are the lines you should think along. How can I make my videos different? How can I make them unique, so that nobody else can do what I do? Is the way I don't know what that answer would be for you, but if you ask yourself that question and start to think, okay, how can I make my videos different? I can't speak in them. Maybe I can put my face in them, but I'm not going to speak on camera. That's the way I would look at it. But yeah, you have to put your thinking cap on and come up with something that would help, because I do think unless there's something really, if you can come up with something that is truly unique, you could have a huge advantage over other people, right? That could give you a big advantage. So it's just all in the way that you design how you're going to present your videos. So I don't know if I hope that helps. Should I sell my viewers something? A cookbook, Patreon, so I'm not just depending on AdSense. I feel like I'm missing out on so much opportunity. Long-form live shows with lots of return viewers. Short answer is yes, if that's what you want to do. I mean, you have to think about what you want to do. So if you're getting long-form live shows, okay, great. So lives don't tend to get, usually lives you don't, you can get a lot of watch hours from lives, a ton of watch hours from lives. I know of some lives that will, think of them like almost like home shopping network channels, right? Some people will go live and will demonstrate products, and they'll have affiliate links for the products they're demonstrating. So that's an example of something you could do. If your live shows are centered around, like I could walk people through how to use this camera. Oh, and then you can do this and that, and here's exactly how to use it. This is why I think it's great. And oh, you should buy this. Oh, and if you want to buy this, link below, blah, 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 right? You can do that and go through a bunch of products that you use yourself, is the best way to do it, and like yourself, and sign up to Amazon, become an Amazon associate, right, in their affiliate program, and then you would earn commissions every time somebody clicks your link and buys that product. Okay, so that's an example. Some people make most of their money doing that. Depends on how you set up your videos. So you're not just depending on AdSense. Yeah, I don't typically recommend you just depend on AdSense, because AdSense tends to be not enough to make a full-time income on. That's why a lot of creators do something else besides just AdSense, like become an affiliate for products through Amazon, or affiliate of software. Like you heard me mention Epidemic Sound. I'm an affiliate of Epidemic Sounds, so I earn a commission if anybody clicks the link that I told you guys about in the description below. I would earn a commission, right? So software. What else? Just drawing a blank here. So affiliate sales, AdSense. You can make digital products. You can make PDFs, right? You mentioned cookbook, I think, right? Cookbook. Yeah, you could write a cookbook. Maybe you have like create weekly diet plans is another one. Weekly workout plans is something else. You can create like one-pager quick things that you give away for free, but you might also create a more a more like a bigger one, a longer one that contains like a full year plan on how to, I don't know, diet plan and fitness plan and how to lose 50 pounds in a year. Buy my plan for $5 or $10 or $500 or whatever you want to do. Those are all options. Digital products are great because you can create them once and sell them a million times if you want, unlimited number of times. So some options to think about. Let's see. Monkey Wrench, do you think that your niche is becoming oversaturated? I noticed a bunch of new accounts lately. Does it matter? No, I don't think so. I don't think any niche is oversaturated. I don't believe in that. Sure, there are lots of other people that do what I do, that make videos similar to mine in their own way. I do mine in my own way. And the reality is, and this is where I come back to me believing you need to put yourself in your own videos because you are the difference maker, right? Some of you might prefer to watch Ty Myers, Kevin Colby, Alexis Saranoia, right? Think Media, all kinds of, like, that's just an example. Some I know most of those people, but it's because I don't look at them as competitors. We may make similar videos, but we're not competing with each other. I guess in a way we are, because if we're kind of talking about the same thing and we're talking to people who want to grow YouTube channels, so maybe we're competing for eyeballs, but I don't look at it that way. People will naturally like a certain type of people. And what I mean is, some people like me and like the way I explain things. Some people don't. Some people don't like me at all, and would rather listen to or watch somebody else that says the same things or similar things that I do, but just like their other way of delivering the message more than my way, right? So if you put yourself in your videos, you become the difference between your information and somebody else's information who might be in the same niche. So is there another Rob the Maritimer out there competing against me? There were a couple people who tried and created fake accounts that was with my misspelled name and my avatar. But that's a joke. But no, it's true. It happened. But they are not my competitors. They got deleted. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody else that is me. And I mean, there might be other people that try to be me, and that's fine. And they're doing their thing. When I first started this thing, I tried to be like somebody else. And I've told this story countless times, but I'll say it again. I tried to be like Nick Nimmin. He, to me, was what I wanted to be when I first started researching this whole YouTube thing 5 years ago. And I wanted to be like him. I liked the way he delivered his information. There were several people that I watched, but I liked his live streams. I've bought a lot of equipment because of his live streams, and he talked about them. He probably made Amazon affiliate commissions off of me because of that. There's no way to know, but right. And then I made my first videos trying to be like him, and it flopped because I was acting. I wasn't copying him or anything. I wasn't copying his content. I was just trying to mimic his style, and it just was not me. And it was really hard to make those videos. It took a long time. I had to write out the scripts, and that was before I was using ChatGPT, so I wrote the scripts. And then when I tried to read them from a teleprompter, that was hard. That's when I discovered, writing a script is different than the way I actually speak. Then I tried to write scripts the way I speak, and it was hard. And I would deliver one line at a time, cut it all up. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent. My point is, the easiest person in the world to be on camera is yourself. And it took me almost 4 years to figure that out before I just was myself on camera. And that's when things started to take off for me. So no, I don't think any niche is oversaturated or saturated, I guess. Is oversaturated a word? Is that redundant? Saturated is enough, isn't it? I don't think any niche is saturated. I don't think that way. So yeah, if anybody that comes to me and says, yeah, I want to make a channel about motorbikes, I like motorbikes and I work on mine, but there's a lot of channels like that. Well, of course you're going to say that if that's what you're interested in, because that's probably what you're watching on YouTube. So whatever you're interested in, you're probably already watching some of that on YouTube. So you're going to think it's saturated. So it's valid to think that way. But again, if there's a lot of channels doing what you want to do, the best way to differentiate yourself from them is to put yourself in your videos. Then you become the difference. And everybody, I don't care who you are, everybody out there has people, a tribe out there waiting to be found by you. They are just begging you to post a video. Your tribe, it's out there. You don't know who they are. You don't know where they are. You don't know what country they live in. But unbeknownst to you, they like your style on camera, even if you haven't been on camera yet. Everybody has a group of people out there, and that group could be millions, who like the way you are going to deliver your information. You are the difference maker. Make a video, put yourself in them, and as long as you stay on topic and you keep speaking to that same theoretical person that you've defined that you're trying to reach, then YouTube will find the first one, your first member of your tribe, and then the second, and then the fifth and the 10th, and YouTube will help YouTube out by making videos that stay on topic, and they will find your tribe for you naturally. And then, yeah, as you start to grow, YouTube will make some mistakes. Some people will see your video and they won't like your style, and they'll let you know in the comments. They'll say, what are you doing? There's a million other channels that are doing this. Like, go away. Delete, right? They're not your tribe. So delete them. They're not going to be back. You can't please everybody. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody likes me. Far from it. I get a lot of negative. Now, the longer your channel exists, the fewer and fewer negative comments you'll get, because I know, so yesterday I had a video go out and it's a number 1 out of 10. It's doing really well, but not very many new subscribers from it. So that tells me it's my existing subscribers who are watching it, right? So if it's my existing subscribers watching it and commenting, I'm not going to get a lot of negative comments probably. It's only when you have a breakout video that's, oh, okay, I have 100 subscribers, but I've got 5,000 views? Wow. So that's going to be coming from people who don't know you yet and who are not subscribed yet. And that's when you can get a lot of subscribers. That's also when you can get a lot of hate mail. You can get a lot of negative comments. But again, those negative comments are coming from people who are not going to subscribe and who don't like the way you deliver your information. That's okay. You're not interested in building your channel with a bunch of people who don't like the way you talk or look or sound. You're building your channel with a bunch of people who are your tribe that like, they may have just found you, but like, oh wow, yeah, no, yes, what you're saying I resonate with. I love the way you're saying it too, and I love the sound of your voice or whatever it is, right? They're there, and they'll start showing up in the comments, and that's how you're growing your channel. And before you know it, you'll have 1,000 of them, and then 10,000, and so on and so on, and that's how you grow your channel. So no niche is oversaturated or saturated. Another long-winded answer. Hope you guys don't mind. Philly Nexus Journey, facts, 100%. I have a Rode wireless. It constantly goes on and off. Would love it if you could do that with yours using transmitter only and see if it's the same issue. Terry? Here, pop it on screen. I have a Rode wireless. Okay, so I don't have one of those, but it constantly goes on and off. Would love it if you could do that with yours using transmitter only. I've never had a problem with it going off on me, like turning off. That's never happened. I mean, on the mic itself, there's an on-off button. Like if you press that, it'll go off. But I've never had it go off on me like that. No. So yeah, and I don't have that mic, so I don't think I can help. Sorry. Here's a good question. Is the DJI Mic Mini any good for YouTube videos? Yes. So let me tell you the difference. The DJI Mic Mini is cheaper than the DJI Mic 1. Here's the size of the Mic 1. Okay. That's what it looks like without the dead cat on it. Okay. Now, it's twice the size of the Mic Mini. The Mic Mini, the difference is the Mic Mini does not have internal storage. You cannot record on to the Mic Mini. It has to use the receiver plugged into wherever you want your audio to go, your phone, your camera, your computer, whatever. So for that reason, I would not get it because I rely on my onboard recording on the mics. The DJI Mic 1, 2, and 3 now all have that. The Mini does not. So my son has the Mini though, and he loves it. But he always has it plugged into his computer or his camera. So that's the difference. Do you recommend unlisting or making older videos private that have low views that are past the 365-day window? I want to clean up my channel. I wouldn't unlist videos based on the 365-day window. I would think about my viewers and what are they interested in. And if any video, even if it's old, if any of those videos are kind of outside of the niche that your current viewers are interested in, then maybe unlist it. But no, other than that, I would just leave it on your channel. I wouldn't even worry about the 365-day thing. I don't think that way at all. So an example, what I do, yesterday, I unlisted a video. I made a video a few weeks ago or 2 weeks ago where I advertised the Creators Growth Project, my mentor program. And I was getting people to apply if they were interested. And I made a video announcing that. So whenever I do that, a video like that is going to do horribly because I'm selling something, and not a lot of people like that. But there is a small percentage of people who are interested in that. So I made it available. And what better way to make it available or put the knowledge out there than to make a video? So I did that. Once that program filled up, I unlisted the video because again, it's not a video that there's no point in leaving it on the channel. I did the same thing in December or November when I launched the first running of that program. I made a video about it. I left it on the channel. That one I only left on the channel for about 4 days because that sold out in 3 days. So then I unlisted it. So and if and when I run the program again, I'll do the same thing. I'll put a video up and then I'll unlist it. Or private. You can make it private either. Like, it's not a video that I'm concerned about getting a lot of views. That's not what that video was about. It was a video about announcing something. Here's something available, right? So the same thing can apply if you are selling something and you put something on sale and you want to announce it to your subscribers. You can make a video about it. But when the sale's over, maybe get rid of the video. Unlist it. So, or if you've pivoted on your channel and you're now talking about a different niche, that might be a good time to clean up your channel. If you now decided, okay, now I know where I want to go with this channel, it's this way, and I've made 4 or 5 videos the other way, and they haven't even done that well, and I didn't get many subscribers from it, you can unlist or privatize those ones if you want. So, think about your viewers. Think about your viewers, the people going to your channel, the people who subscribe and then are perhaps going to click on your channel to see what else you have. Right? Maybe you don't want anything in there that they wouldn't be interested in, right? So, let me see. Can I record a video with my iPhone with the camera app and then upload it to YouTube as a video instead of a short? Absolutely. That's what I do. That's what I do. I make all my videos with my camera app. Phone this way. No, actually, this way. Just don't film this way. Film this way. Yeah, and upload it as a regular long-form video. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to have another draw soon, so give me 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, we're going to have the big draw for the YouTube Starter Course. All right, I'm going to draw for 5 winners there. Let's see now. Is it essential to put my face in a thumbnail? I'm doing it, but I feel like it's useless as I'm a beginner, nobody, a random dude from YouTube. Yeah, a lot of people think that way too. Here's the thing. I think it's smart to put your face in your thumbnail if your face is in your videos, okay? Particularly, I think it's a good idea to create continuity between your thumbnail and the first little bit of your video. So I tend to take a screenshot from my video for my thumbnail somewhere around the beginning of my video, or if it's deeper into the video, at least the background looks somewhat the same. Just so that when people click on it, they know, oh yeah, no, that's what I clicked on, right? So there's some continuity there. That helps maybe with retention a little bit. But in terms of putting yourself, so if you're building it, so again, the reason I say put yourself in your videos, put yourself in your thumbnails is for branding, right? It's about building a channel where people can connect with you and you become part of your brand, not just the information, okay? Not just the information that you're providing in your videos. Because again, there could be hundreds of other people providing the same information you are. So the thing that makes you different though is you, okay? So now if it's you, put yourself in your thumbnails, put yourself in your, and when you're starting out, you're 100% correct. People don't know you on YouTube, right? That's the way we all start. But the only way that people can start to get to know you is if they see you over and over again. And the way to do that is to keep making videos and keep putting your picture in the thumbnails and in your videos, right? It's all about branding. Just eventually you'll have so many videos out there and you'll start getting so many views. Eventually it'll just take off. Nobody knew who I was when I started. Now there's 100,000 subscribers that know my face because my face is on all of my thumbnails, right? So yeah, even in the beginning, put yourself in your thumbnails. Do you think going live and community posts builds a crazy amount of community? I think it helps. I think going live is part of your community, and so is community posts. Everybody treats these differently. I put a lot of weight in my live streams. Again, I don't make a lot of AdSense money from them. That's not why I do them. I do them to connect with my audience and to try to be helpful so that you'll come back and maybe watch some of my videos, right? So it's building a community. And someday some of you might become, paying customers, right? So it's about building a community. Building a crazy amount of community is going to depend on how you do it, I guess. How much value you're bringing. Just showing up live doesn't necessarily do it. It depends what you're doing. If you either have to be helpful, meaning educational, like helping people in some way, or entertaining. So one of those two avenues. Is pretty much all YouTube videos, I think, probably can be categorized in one of those two ways. Are they helpful or are they entertaining? Are you educating or are you entertaining? I don't think I'm a particularly great entertainer, so I go the education route. I'm trying to be helpful. If I happen to make some people laugh along the way, then great, but that's not my primary strategy, I guess. Competition time again. Thank you, Lisa. I think you were the same person that told me this last time. But yes, you are right. Let's do it. Let's do it. Competition time. Let's give away some stuff. Let me take a drink first. I've been at this 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I said it was going to be 2 hours. Let's draw for these 5 winners. And then we'll wrap up. Yeah, this will take not even 5 minutes, but let's say around another 10 more minutes and we'll call it a day for this live stream. How's that sound? Is it fine to use AI to enhance my thumbnail? I just saw that question. It's totally fine to do that. I don't personally do that, but you can if you feel like you have to or want to. The reason I don't is, again, I feel if I'm using myself as personal branding, I want it to be my real face. And I don't want to go down the road of trying to touch things up. Like I got this mole here, right? I'm not going to try to get rid of that because it's part of me. And if I start going down that road, then 20 years from now, when I'm old and older, Right? When does it stop? When does it stop trying to make yourself look? And that might not even be what you're talking about. Like, you can use AI to create fancy thumbnails and high CTR thumbnails. I just have chosen not to do that. I want to go the non-AI direction. But you can absolutely do that if you want. Absolutely. All right. Let's get on to this competition. I have to reset this. So we'll close that. We will reset the entries, reset, and I will go into the, you guys don't see this, that's good. So I'm going to come up with, what word? I got it. That's the word. Let me type it in. That's the keyword you're going to have to type in. What? Somebody already typed that in? I'm going to come up with another word. That's fun. Reset the entries. No, let's come up with another word. Why would that have happened? Okay, someone must have typed something recently in one of the latest comments that word happened to be in. I got to pick a word that no one's going to use right now. Let's see. Let's go with that one. You guys can't see this, right? Right. Okay. Yep. That one's good. All right. I got the keyword. Now let's share this screen. Share my screen. All right. And what else? Let's move this over just a little bit. Okay. I'm sharing the screen. So again, just so you know, back on my website, what I'm giving away this time. Let's come down here. Oh, for those who are interested, I've got some freebies right here. The Kickstart Kit, the Stats Tracker, and also you can join Creators Cove, the over 40 community. This is all free. You will find them all on my Start Here page on my website. Just go to the website, robthemaritimer.com. Click on Start Here or Start Your Journey. That takes you to this page. Little video. I haven't watched that in a long time. I'm probably a year old now. And here's where you can download these free things, okay? We keep on going down. This is what we're going to give away this time right here. The Over 40 YouTube Starter Course. 39 videos in there, something like 7 hours of content. And it's me going over how I make my videos. I should say how I made my videos, because I made that course a year and a half ago. And it kind of went through everything from ideation to title generation, thumbnails, sitting down, setting up my equipment, sitting down and filming myself, organizing files, putting them into my computer, showing you how I edit them, everything, all the things to make a video, okay? Not to create a channel. I have a free video on my channel for that. This is more around the video, how to make a video, upload it, and come up with ideas and stuff like that, okay? So I'm going to give that away. It's $147 for those who want to buy it. But it's going to be given away 5 times right now. So if you want to enter for a chance to win that, excuse me, enter the keyword, what did I write down? Enter the keyword ragdoll. One word, ragdoll. I'm going to enter it so you know how to spell it. R-A-G-D-O-L-L, ragdoll. All right, enter that and you'll see your names pop up here. Hopefully, yeah, there we go. Here they come. Here they come. All the entries to win a course. If you are, let's turn this on and give a 1-minute countdown. You got a minute to enter. If you win, send me an email to the email address I have pinned in the chat here, workwith@robthemaritimer.com. That comes directly to me. That's my personal business email address. And let me know that you've won. Okay, and tell me what your username is, because I'm going to write down the usernames of the 5 winners of this. All right, I need your email address because that's how I have to put you in my system, give you access to the course, and you'll get an email how to access it. And it's all within my website, the Creators Cove. It's all kind of integrated into that. Okay, so good luck. Ragdoll, enter the word ragdoll. Someone showing up to this live stream right now and looking at the chat is got to be wondering what's going on. Why are we talking ragdoll? For those who don't know, that's the type of cat Peanut is. She's a ragdoll. So Peanut was involved in 2 of the passwords today. Okay, that's it. We got 69 users. Any more? Any last minute? 70? A couple more still rolling in. Ragdoll, your chance to win a $147 course. I'm going to give away 5 of them in a minute, in a few seconds. Still coming in, 70. Okay, so just so you know, it looks like, because the number's not going up, it looks like some people are trying to enter more than once. You're only counted once. So just so you know, even if you said Ragdoll 30 times, it's only one. It only counts you as once. But people are still entering. I get it. I'd probably do the same thing too. 72. All right, let's go. Choose a winner. We ready? Click. Twin Mom Kara. Congratulations. Twin Mom Kara. Again, send me an email and I'll give you access to the course. Congrats. Now let's re-roll another winner. Martian Murray. You win a course. Send me an email and I'll give you access. Winner number 3, the Introvert Exchange. The Introvert Exchange is our 3rd winner. Congratulations. You win a course. And we've got 2 more to go. Let's go. Reroll winner. Star Castle Adventures. Oh, that's right. So Nightbot automatically puts the winners in here as well. Okay, maybe I don't have to write these down. I will anyways. We're almost done. Star Castle Adventures. All right, I'm going to draw for 1 more. So again, if you win, you got to send me an email so that I can give you access. I won't necessarily be able to get your email address just from your YouTube username. So send me an email, and from the email address you want me to use to give you access to it. And there you go. Oh, I just see the Introvert Exchange. Yay, thank you. Name is Barb. Congrats, Barb. All right. Whoa, awesome. Thanks, Martian Murray. Great. Ragdoll. Hello, hello. First-time viewer and fellow content creator tuning in. IGC. Ian Goes Civ. Welcome, first-time viewer. All right, shall we draw the last one? And then I won't go just right away. I'll stick around for a couple more questions after this. But the last winner is AJC4866. AJC4866. Congratulations. You are a winner too. Send me an email and I will give you access to those courses. All right, so I just have to write down. These are the 147 ones. There you go. Got it. Fun, 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 fun. More fun for the winners. I apologize if you haven't won, but you know what? Just by showing up here today, you're a winner. Is that corner? Corner. Is that corny? Congrats to the winners. Congrats to the winners. Yes, this is fun. Fun stuff. So, yeah, any other final questions before I wrap this up? What am I doing the rest of this week? I am going to, so as I mentioned, I've started the Creators Growth Project for, not round 2, but class 2. We started that yesterday, so we're off and running for the 8-week and then 12-month course, so that's fun. Videos. I'm going to have another video out this week. Friday is what I'm aiming for, so watch out for that. And, oh, somebody's crying. Sorry about that. Corny, LOL. Yes, it was. I'm a winner. Yes, way to go. Yes, you're all winners. You're a winner, and you're a winner, and you're a winner. Alrighty. I'm sure there's some questions that I did not get to, but let's see. Oh, here's one. About unlisting. Should I unlist old videos outside my ongoing niche? My channel's 19 years old. My last 39 videos is on the same niche. I have tried a lot. I myself on videos travel with my language. Yeah. Yeah, I probably would unlist the old videos that have nothing to do with what you're talking about now. That's what I would do, or private them, just so that it looks clean for your new and existing subscribers. That is what I would do. Do you still get money from an unlisted video? No, you do not. No, no. It's got to be publicly available video to earn AdSense from it, because you only earn money from videos if YouTube can put an ad on that video. That's how it earns money. And YouTube will pay you 55% of the money that they collect from the ads that were put on your videos. If your videos are unlisted or private, they can't put ads on them. So no money can be earned. Is it possible to niche down too far? For instance, a channel for senior golfers that hit left-handed. Well, I would watch that because I am a senior and I am left-handed and I like to golf. So, so you know what? No, I mean, what is it? What population of the planet is left-handed? Now, I understand in golf, even fewer people golf left-handed. I grew up golfing left-handed. My grandmother golfed left-handed, which was odd for somebody of her age, because I remember when I learned how to golf when I was younger, they made me play around right-handed because, oh, you're going to have trouble when you get older. You're not going to be able to buy clubs that are left-handed. It's not a problem now, but they tried. So I think way back they tried to get a lot of people to golf right, because that's the only clubs that were available at the time. So anyways, why'd I go down that path? Yeah, I understand the there's less choice, but yeah, no, what percentage of people are left-handed? 10%? 5%? I bet you it's more like 5% or less. If it's 10% for the general population, it's probably 5% or less for golfers. But what's 5%? I mean, how many people golf? Millions, hundreds of millions. I don't know. If it's 100 million, if 1% golf left-handed and are senior, I don't know, that's 1 million people still. So there's plenty of people out there for you. Someone asked if the lives count towards watch time hours. Yes, they do. Lives count towards, so the hours count towards your watch time. 100%, yes, absolutely they do. And that's also one of the reasons why I suggest you should get into live streams, not just building a community, which is a great reason, but you can also really boost your watch time by going live. If 10 people watch you live for an hour, that's 10 hours of watch time added to your video if they watch the whole time, right? If you go live for an hour, but 10 people show up, but only for 5 minutes each, 10 times 5, that's only 50 minutes of watch hours, even though you were live for an hour. Okay, so did my math there? Did my math? What do you think about Facebook Fast Track program for creators? Is it a response to YouTube's mass demonetization? I am not familiar with Facebook's Fast Track program for creators. Don't know what that is. I don't spend any time on Facebook, so I try to stay focused right here on YouTube. So I can't help you with that one. Is it possible to do lives from iPad on YouTube with no subscribers? No, iPad is like the iPhone in that it's a portable device, and you need 50 subscribers for that. You can go live on YouTube on your computer with no subscribers, but. Do you think you've got 100 plus videos in you talking about golfing for left-handers? Yes, sure he does. Karen, of course he can. I could probably come up with 100 ideas for videos on just about any topic. But good to think about that. That's the way you want to think for sure. Ragdoll. No, contest is over. Sorry. Let's see. Thanks, Diane, for asking my question. Did I miss one? Oh, I answered it. Okay, yeah. I just applied for monetization. I pray YouTube doesn't reject it because I have a copyright video on it. Oh, well, yeah, no, that would go against you for sure. You don't want to do that. Any videos you have copyright music in, I would probably get off your channel or unlist them or privatize them, right? You don't want that. You don't want that in there. That'll just make it harder. Elizabeth Estelle, good to see you live today. Thank you. Good to see you, Elizabeth. Thanks for stopping in. Ian Goes, question, should I have a separate channel for my gaming streams versus edited gaming videos? They might be close enough together in the same niche that they can exist on the same channel. All depends on how you want to present yourself. Like maybe you want to, you could have them on separate channels. It's really up to you. If you think your long form viewers would be interested in watching your gaming, then you can have it on the same channel. But if not, then maybe a separate channel. Hi sir, how are you? I am great. Shaquille, how are you doing? Does timing matter for video upload? Not really. Other than, well, I mean, what I usually tell people is who ask me what's the best time to upload a video. I mean, if you've already uploaded videos and you've got some data in your analytics, you can go in there and look to see when your viewers are typically watching your videos and maybe upload at the start of those times. You know, that's one strategy. But if you're just starting, I would start with just, upload your videos when it makes sense for you. Or I mean, you could think when you think your viewers will be online. Like, I'm in Nova Scotia. I'm on the East Coast, North America. If I feel like most of my viewers are going to be in Canada, say, well, then I know, well, Canada's got like 5-6 time zones, right? It's wide. There's my window. Like morning for me would be early, like at 9 a.m. here, it's like 5 a.m. in Vancouver. So I might think, okay, if my audience is going to be working or older people, like you want to try to identify when you think your audience is going to be online and then maybe post at the beginning of that time. Okay. I mean, again, you don't have to put a lot of thought into it. Ultimately, you want to post at a time that works for you. Okay. And if you are consistent with that, you will naturally gain subscribers for whom that time works, if that makes sense. Right. So there you go. Okay, I answered that one. David Malinowski finally posted my first video a few days ago. Just under 1,000 views so far. Wow. Fingers crossed for more. Wow, 1,000 views for your first video? That's phenomenal, David. Congrats. Way to go. That's awesome. I split my 3 interests into 3 separate channels: workplace advice, new to retirement, and travel exploits. Do you think this move was advantageous? Well, I mean, it's a lot, right? Yeah, if there are 3 separate niches, then yeah, perhaps they should go on different channels. But the thing is, you could be spreading yourself too thin too. Like it's hard enough to grow 1 channel, let alone 3, right? So you gotta weigh that as well. What I might suggest is pick your favorite to be your main focus. And then if you ever happen to upload videos for either of the other 2, then just upload them there. But that's not your focus. Focus on one. That might be a better path to growing a channel. Oh, I just got an error. Might not be getting enough bandwidth here. You know what? I think this has been long enough though anyways. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Congratulations to the winners of the courses that I gave away 15 things today. Wow. Might be a while before I do that again, but who knows? You never know. I never advertised this. I just did it. So I might do that again. So maybe you just have to show up to all these live streams just in case I have something to give away. Anyway, I'm just having fun. Thanks, guys, for stopping in today. I hope you learned something. I hope you found this helpful. Check out my video on Friday. I'm going to have a new video coming out on Friday. If you haven't seen yesterday's yet, that was a good one. I'm talking about the lawsuit, the Meta and YouTube lawsuit that they lost last week. Just got a thumbs down, probably for somebody who didn't win. Sorry. Sorry. Gonna have some thumbs up if you like this. Thumbs down if you didn't, I suppose. It can be fair here. But thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, if you want to see more, I do this every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 1 o'clock Eastern time. And I hope to see you back. Oh, wow, we just got a super chat. Got to acknowledge. Thank you. Sandy Nog, thank you so much. Appreciate that. And you have a question. Can we go live on YouTube from an iPad even if we don't have subscribers yet? No, you can't. You need 50 subscribers to go live on a mobile device, iPad or phone. Did you join any creator community or support group that helped you grow followers? Sending love from Vancouver. Awesome. Did I join a group? I did not. No. That helped me grow followers. No. And I think a lot of people do that. They'll join a community and they'll meet people in there, and then maybe they'll subscribe to them and vice versa. I don't think that helps. I don't think that helps really at all. So no, I didn't do any of that. I just, at some point, I flicked a switch and stopped being such a consumer and started to create. That's ultimately what you got to do. You just got to start making videos. In my case, I tried to be helpful, and I still try to be helpful, and I think that is what helped me grow my channel. Try to be helpful in my videos and my live streams and stuff like that. So that's what I would suggest. Question, how do you see the dislikes? I see them on comments and reactions. It just, I can see it, actually I see it in Ecamm Live. The dislike disappeared. I can't see who disliked it, but I can see that somebody did. It's just a count. I got 137 likes right now and 0 dislikes. So somebody retracted it. I must have made them feel better. So that's awesome. Better late than never. Still applying? No, the contest is over. I gave away all I can give away today. Oh, the dislike came back. That's funny. Now that you know that I don't know who did it, it came back. Okay, slippery slope. See, you can't please everyone. There's proof right there. All right, guys, thank you so much. It's gone again. Someone's playing with me now, and it's back. Anyways, I'm going. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week, same time, same place. All right, guys, cheers. Bye.